back about having swiped enchiladas from work, which is pretty funny. So the next thing after doing the original Andre sticker was, well, I've got to, only skateboarders and punk rockers and weird absurdist art fans, Dada art fans care about stickers. I've got to go larger scale to make an impression. So I started doing stencils and some medium-sized posters. But I had a class for one of my illustration department classes at RISD. RISD is Rhode Island School of Design, so now I can just say RISD from now on, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Sometimes when people, I go, yeah, I went to the Rhode Island School of Design, they go, oh, RISD? Yeah, you're down with art, I get it, that's cool. So anyone that was going to say that, yeah, awesome. Anyway, I editorial illustration class was always trying to figure out ways to funnel the Andre art project through my classes at RISD. And so for this editorial illustration class, there was an assignment that was illustrate a fortune cookie insert. My fortune cookie that I pulled out of the hat said, to affect the quality of the day is no small achievement. There was this billboard for Cianci, who was a politician from Providence. Providence has probably got the most mob activity other than New York and New Jersey of anywhere in the Northeast in the country. So he had been kind of a mobster type. Had been doing inside dealings with a city contractor who his wife then had an affair with, and he had the cops grab the guy out of his bed at night and bring him to his house, where he then urinated on him, put cigars out on him, and beat him with a fire poker. Oh my God. And he was then forced to resign from office. Now, I didn't know any of that when I saw the billboard. Might have given me pause, but anyway, the funny thing about Providence is they're like, hey, what's the guy gonna do? The guy cheated with his wife. They're very, very, code of the streets primitive there. And anyway, Dumb and Dumber, those guys were way too smart. That was set in Providence. But anyway, the school is somewhat of an exception. But Brown and RISD are there. There's some good schools there. But there was this billboard of Cianci that just said he never stopped caring about Providence, with him waving. And so at the time, I was doing some work about people having their First Amendment rights infringed upon, and a lot of political work, question authority, stop racism, and I thought, this billboard says absolutely nothing about what this candidate believes, and I'm gonna satisfy this assignment by making fun of this billboard. So I changed it around to say join the posse, and Andre never stopped caring about Providence. And it got on, the news and the newspapers and all, everywhere. And it made me really realize that scale is important to impact, because this went outside of subculture into dominant culture. And yeah, it's a long story. I ended up having to apologize to Cianci. His daughter went to school with a friend of mine I skated with, and it took like 5 minutes for him to find out who did it.